Catholic Bro Code is about to begin. What up, everybody, and welcome back to Catholic Bro Code. My name is Daniel Glaze, and I am your host of Catholic Bro Code, where we share with you the unwritten and written codes of navigating through high school as a Catholic brother. Today's code is code 33. Discipleship should be the goal of every bro. This means that we must model ourselves after Christ. Now, let's mow my lawn. Discipleship. It tends to be a buzzword that I think has kind of lost its meaning. So let's define it. What is discipleship? Well, discipleship is becoming a disciple, which is obvious. So what does becoming a disciple mean? Let's look to the Catechism. The Catechism of the Catholic Church defines a disciple as those who accepted Jesus' message to follow him. Jesus associated his disciples with his own life, revealed the mystery of the kingdom to the disciples, and gave them a share in his mission, his joy, and his suffering. So in short, a disciple is somebody who lives like Jesus. One of the codes of being a Catholic brother is becoming a disciple of Christ and living like him. Becoming a disciple of Jesus is easier said than done. So let's talk about 4 practical ways this can happen. First, you have to choose it. You have to choose to follow Christ. And to be honest, it can't be a half commitment. You have to be 100% bought in, no matter the cost to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be perfect at following Christ. I know I'm not. But the commitment to keep going after you fail is a life that you have to choose. Second, you need to know how Jesus lived to live like Jesus, which probably is the most obvious one. This can be done by daily prayer, reading the scriptures, participating in Mass, and all of our sacraments. Because Christ said, "He who eats of my flesh, I abide in him." We need Christ to abide in us for the third way to happen. To live like Christ, we must take on the mission of Christ. Christ's mission was to bring everybody into the love of God. We need to take this mission to heart, go out proclaiming Christ as Lord, and bring other people into discipleship with Jesus. Which brings us to our 4th way. To live like Christ means to take on his joy and his sufferings. We must delight just like Christ does when our peers recognize that Christ is real. And we must also take on his suffering when our peers deny Christ. Yes, being a disciple of Christ is going to be hard. But if you want to rise with him, you need to be willing to die with him as well. Because all of this is pointing us to be in an intimate relationship with our Lord and bringing other people into their own relationship with him. Because discipleship is powerful. Let's talk about the discipleship model. It's pretty simple. Jesus discipled the 12 apostles, but truly invested in 3 of them. Then those 12 apostles went out and found their own disciples, teaching them how to live like Christ. Then the disciples of the 12 apostles went out and got their own disciples, and so forth and so on. It's important to know in the graphic that you just saw that those who are trying to lead people to Christ should be led to Christ by Christ-filled people, just like the early disciples of the disciples. These people. It's hard to disciple a fellow brother to Christ if you yourself have not been discipled. Now, we are given the same mission as the original disciples. Essentially, the first disciples are also today's disciples. As Catholic brothers, we need to be discipled by Christ-filled mentors and Christ himself so we can bring others into discipleship with him. If you like this video, please subscribe to LifeTeen's YouTube channel. Go check them out on social media where they lead teens closer to Christ. While you're at it, go check me out on social media. Thank you so much for watching Catholic Bro Code, and I'll see you on the next one.